So do you like someone who can give banter as much as they can take it?
Listen, I'm like king of banter.
Bold statement.
What?
I'll tell you if
Do
you
you
king
like
of
banter?
Yeah, I love banter.
Sick, innit?
And we're live. We're hot. Ave, golly, It's been a while.
It's been a little minute.
I know. And look at me. I'm already looking down at the screen. I got to focus on the camera this time.
Like it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of time has passed. I think a little over a month, but don't you worry. We are back. Episode 54. We are here. There's a lot to talk about, Ave. It is Super Bowl weekend. There's crazy NBA trade deadline moves that did and did not happen. Ton of combat sports. The Winter Olympics are around the corner. We just couldn't stay quiet. I don't know if it's a mix of new fatherhood or just randomly schedules not working out, but don't worry, man. We're back and hopefully we can stay as consistent as we were.
The best thing is the sports haven't left. So there's so much to talk about in this episode. We're going to jam pack it in an hour, maybe an hour plus, maybe 2 hour episode. Who knows? Let's see.
Well, I will say, and our one of our top followers and listeners, MP3, is coming over today. So he'll be here in like an hour or two. So with that being said, we'll try to wrap it up before then, or maybe he makes a guest appearance. So we'll see what ends up happening.
All the boys have to make it on at one point.
Yeah. Speaking about the boys, I was talking to Juan yesterday and he was talking to me about listening to the pod and he's like talking about how much he learns and stuff. I was like, that's sick, man. So I'm happy to be back. I was talking sports with somebody the other day and I was just like, I should be recording myself right now. So anyway, here we are, episode 54. You know what that means. We have to name a player. I have one. I have stayed true to the do not look it up mantra. I'm ready if you are. We can count it down or you can just say yours, whatever you want to do.
Now you go first. I feel like I always go first. So you go first with this one.
All right. My player this week is Brian Urlacher.
Love it. Love that pick. That was absolutely at the top of my list as well. I'll stay in the middle linebacker category, and I will go with Jeremiah Trotter.
Oh, he was on my list too, man. I think we probably had the same two at the top of our list.
Yes, I did have one more. I'm trying to think of who it was. Do you have anybody else while I'm...
Well, I was going to ask you if you had any random sneaky ones, but it doesn't sound like you did if you just had the one more and you can't quite think about who it was.
I definitely didn't have a full list. It was like one more that was just like an eye catcher that like, okay, I remember that guy. But
yeah, I mean 54 like really you got to be thinking linebackers, maybe big men in basketball. What other?
I mean, a pitcher could be a 54.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's where I was at too. A relief pitcher. Whatever. We named our guys. Let's just move on and act like we're smart.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
And now is the time to look it up, though, while you keep on dogging.
Yeah. You look it up. On the slate today, we already walked through a ton of what we have, Ave, but as always, and I think it is a relative fan favorite based on some of the feedback we've gotten. What do we even call this? The pot stirrer, the juicer, whatever, the blood flower, whatever gets our juices flowing here. Do you want to do club and country? We can do basketball. We can do football. It is Super Bowl weekend. We were skeptical about football, but I feel like it went pretty well.
I think it worked
out.
I think we should definitely do football because of Super Bowl weekend. But I just wanted to pause that and give you a couple of 54s that we did miss. So,
let's hear it.
Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Teddy Bruschi.
Oh, sure.
New England Patriots. And then a multi-NBA champion, but Horace Grant is also 54.
I can see him in the Bulls jersey and the Googles.
Bulls, Lakers. He was all around the championship teams. He was a good player.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's segue into the double football team. Now, I do have a question. If we say the same team, do we have to find somebody who's never been traded and had a career on one team, or should we just refocus?
I feel like we reset refocus every time we do that.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't disagree. All right. I'm ready.
I'm ready as well.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Patriots.
Bears.
There's somebody. There's got to be some receiver. No.
I mean, Brandon Marshall didn't play for the Pats, did he?
No, but that's a good shout. I was thinking Alshon, which is like same era. Running backs. There's probably an O lineman. I just have no clue. That's tough. I feel like those are. Yeah, me neither.
It's two big franchises as well.
Cue the sound. Oh, God. Oh, sheesh. I got the headphones on. All right. I guess let's do 2 other teams.
Okay.
Let us know in the comments below if you have a Bears Patriots player. Maybe like a backup QB at some point. Like, no, Garoppolo was never with the Bears. Huh. I don't know. You have to let us know.
I'm blanking really hard.
Yeah.
I think that's a tough one. It's tougher.
Read blanking shit. Okay, let's do it again. Ready?
3, 2, 1. Packers.
Commanders. Or Redskins, obviously. Packers, Skins. Hey, we're fools.
Yeah. My football encyclopedia is not up to date.
Debo. Antoine. Running back. I mean, I think that's on me for picking the Skins. The Packers have a loyal group of guys, though. I feel like they don't move their players very often. Jordy, no. Randall Cobb was a Cowboy. Donald Driver. Oh.
Let's hear it, because I'm ready to give up.
I was thinking a tight end like Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, or something.
That is a mouthful.
Ty Montgomery. I'm going Ty Montgomery.
Where's Jamie at?
I got to Google it. Jamie is taking care of her child. Ty Montgomery.
Draft Green Bay Packers. Let's see. He's played for Green Bay. Okay, these are non-NFL teams as well. But Baltimore, Jets, Green Bay, it looks like.
Shoot. Okay. Well, we are just making our
NOR.
What was the other team? We had Packers and Commanders. Yeah, does not look like he played for the Commanders.
Dude, these abbreviations for the team names in Pro Football Reference are throwing me off. So NOR is New Orleans, and then NWE is New England Patriots. I don't think I've ever seen those teams referenced as that.
No, me neither.
GNB is the Packers.
GNB?
Yes, that threw me off. I was so confused. I was like, these are not NFL teams.
Maybe, okay, Abe, this might be that one Bengals versus Lions Super Bowl where nobody scored, and we're just going into overtime, winner take all here.
Okay, right here. This is all the marbles right here.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Okay.
We've embarrassed ourselves enough. It might as well be the last round. All right, so on 3.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm not ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1, Ravens.
49ers.
Okay, come on.
It's a wide receiver. I can't think.
Michael Crabtree.
Anquan
Bolden is a great shout. And that is correct. And we don't even have to look it up.
I feel like we're like even, to be honest with you. Like one episode you'll crush me, and then next episode I'll get my lick back. I feel like it like splits down the middle. I wonder if anybody has the overall tally of what the game's been going as.
Hey, either whether it's Juan, Alex Annan, or MP3, I want to believe those are our 3 best listeners. Although we get more than 3, obviously. So somebody else is listening too. It's not me anymore. In the beginning, it was me. That being said, if one of you guys tally that up, let us know. All right, Abe. Well, good victory. We are always worried about football, and today I guess we finally met our match because I don't know. I guess people just don't move around as much too.
We got to stop. We got to throw in the big name teams as well. We got to go with like the Cowboys, the Eagles, obviously, because we're hometown cooking.
Yeah, that would definitely help.
Yeah, more notoriety.
But for whatever reason, I'm more comfortable doing soccer and baseball and basketball. I don't know. Whatever.
I feel like if this was recorded in like my prime NFL days was like early 2000s, I would know every single team.
Well, yes,
forever.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know if there's as much movement in football in general. Maybe there is, and I'm just making that up. But for whatever reason, I feel like it's tougher.
I just think,
unless you knew the O line and D line like the back of your hand.
I think it's because the rosters are so large. I mean, it's like 60 players. Well, I mean, that should make it easier, but it doesn't. There's just so much more noise out there, so much more clutter, I guess.
There are loyal, football players too, like Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. I mean, that's 2 Baltimore Ravens players. So
I'm just dream though to play with one franchise. That's like not seen really anymore.
Maybe we're dumb
anymore.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's a good idea. That's a good hypothesis.
Yeah. All right. Well, it only makes sense that we just did poorly talking about the NFL that we segue right into the NFL because it is Super Bowl weekend. There were the NFL awards that were given out this weekend, but we have not really talking about the playoffs whatsoever other than our predictions. Which do you want to talk about first, the awards or some playoffs?
Let's do playoffs. The teams that I pick, I don't believe made the Super Bowl. I think I had the Rams versus from the AFC side. I don't think I had the Pats.
I think I agreed with you. M for M.
The Rams.
No, I think we have Bills Rams, both of us.
Bills. Oh yeah, because we said Josh Allen has to. He's got to get it done.
Well, because Lamar and Burrow and Mahomes weren't in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, it is Pats Seahawks. I don't think you were out on either. I was probably the last in line to pick those two, to be honest. Mike might have went Pats Seahawks, although he was talking about how easy the Pats schedule had been. So I'm not sure.
Schedule,
I'm not sure exactly what his take would have been, but I know he loved the Seahawks. You were high on the Seahawks. You just, you can only pick one team from the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't out on the Seahawks by any means, but was definitely higher on the Niners and the Rams.
Yeah. And I thought the Rams were the better team, but that home field advantage proved to be a game changer because Seattle just went through the Rams at home. So, I mean, that definitely helps. That's why you want to have a better regular season record.
For sure. And I mean, the Niners were really injured. So, I mean, if we were recording episodes week over week, I probably would have changed my tune a little bit. But at one point, I was confident in the Niners as far as what their roster was.
Yeah, and then, Kittle misses the game. You had a bunch of things happening for the 49ers. So,
yeah. Anyway, the Super Bowl is the Seahawks against the Patriots. So we can talk that a little bit. I like the matchup. I think, although it's not the two teams we picked, I think it's merited. I think both of those teams have had good wins throughout the playoffs and deserve to be in the Super Bowl.
Definitely.
My knee-jerk reaction is that the Seahawks are the better team, faced more challenging opponents throughout the season and won those games. Yeah. I do think it's funny to see Sam Darnold hoist a Super Bowl trophy, but he just keeps winning. I looked it up. If he does this, he'd be the first quarterback to start for 4 different teams before winning his Super Bowl. And actually, I think the next best is 2. There's a ton of people tied with 2, but nobody's bounced around the way he has and then won a Super Bowl after that. So it would be very cool for him. In the same vein, if the Patriots win, Drake Maye continues this dynasty. We talked dynasty in the second episode of this whole channel, and part of my definition, or not my definition, the Webster dictionary definition of a dynasty is that those who started it's a dynasty because those the group of people who started it filter in and out. I mean, I guess out, and then new people come in, and
continue on the legacy,
atmosphere or the aura of the organization or whatever kingdom continues because it's that strong. And so, I mean, if Drake Maye wins and the Patriots look great and, only add to their roster when they trade for AJ Brown next year, they continue and actually probably solidify the dynasty. Robert Kraft, the owner, is the only person who's still there. So either win is great for me.
I mean, they still have that same offensive coordinator as well.
I mean,
Josh
yes, they
McDaniels?
do, McDaniels, but he came and went. He went over to the Raiders and then
Okay, I
came
got what you're
back.
saying.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
And
no,
then
you're right. You're right. But still, 2 out
Vrabel's
of
a
150
Patriot.
people.
Yeah.
I think people would already call them a dynasty, and if they win, it's like you can't even more of a dynasty than the Yankees almost. Although, that's tough because talk about legacy and changing of the rosters. The Yankees won for 100 years.
They had won in every single decade until 2010s or 2020s.
Is that true? I didn't know that, but that's
until the 2020s they had won at least one World Series in each decade.
Yeah, you're right. I guess you're right. Wow. So, okay, never mind. I take that back. The Patriots are not the Yankees, but same vein in that they would now have one in every decade since 2000.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Brady is.
Brady's
he took care of the first 2 decades, but that notwithstanding. So I think the Seahawks are probably the stronger team, as I opened with, but the Patriots win some good games. They're a very well coached team. Certainly have a capability of like football's a game where it matters who's the better team, but you can beat a team that's better than you. You can outcoach them, you can outperform.
It's only one game as well.
Correct. There's only one game. So just because I think on paper Seattle might have a more rounded team or a more battle tested team, I don't think that necessarily means they win. I don't have the line in front of me. I think it was 3.5 and it moved to 4.5 in Seattle's favor in a sense that they would win by 4.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're backing Vegas this weekend?
I don't know. I think 4.5 is, I have to go New England because
to cover that.
I mean, as much as I think the Seahawks have blown out some good teams too.
Yeah.
I see it being a relatively tight game. I can see the Seahawks coming out to a hot start, but the Patriots pull themselves back into it. I probably would have to go Seattle money line just because Sam Darnold, I think, gets the job done, even if it's not spectacular enough to beat the Patriots.
Got you. So overall, Seahawks money line, that's where your heart resides for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's what you think's going to win?
Yeah, I think that if the line's 3.5, I'd be sweating it out, and I probably would avoid that. But 4.5, I'd probably have to take. I'd have to take Patriots 4.5 points. That's a lot.
Got you.
Yeah, I think it 1 or 3 point game.
1 or 3. You think it's a close one, and the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, maybe a fourth quarter drive pulls it out of the hat.
or maybe a 4 point game. I'm just basing it off of like football scores, right? Like 27-24. That's 3. In the same vein, 27-23, because that's 2 touchdowns and 3 field goals. Like it's not like at basketball where it could literally be any number at any point. And so a line at 4.5, it's like, like a lot of teams lose by 1, 3, or 4. Very seldom do they lose by 2 or 5. I'm kind of making that up, but I really like taking a 4.5. I took the Rams 4.5. It was an alt spread, but I think they were 3.5 or 2.5. I took them 4.5, and they lost by 4. It's like you don't lose by 5 because you kicked that field goal in the first quarter to make it a 1 point game so that you could kick a field goal. Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to score a touchdown the next time. So I just think 4.5 Patriots, but nothing better than that.
Okay. I like your take. I do think the Seattle Seahawks overall, if you're looking at both teams holistically, are the better team on paper. But I have the Patriots winning this game. I don't know what it is about the Patriots this year, but I think
you love my 4.5. Then you're smashing the 4.5.
Absolutely, yeah. If I were a betting man, which I am, I would smash it.
Or you bailed on the parlay party this year. Don't make me put you on blast in front of everybody.
Maybe he's not the betting.
You're lucky Mike's not here. So what about player props? Like, what about the Patriots? Who are you looking at that you like so much?
I like their tandem of running backs, but it's always tough with the Patriots with the way they deal with their running backs. So one game it could be Stevenson, one game it could be Henderson. So
Dude,
one
for
of
a
the running
second
backs
there,
is
I
going to
went, do they have
have.
the same name? Wait, I was like, do they
I
have
was
the
thinking in
same
my
last
head as
name?
well.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it will be, but I'd probably rock out with Hendo for this one. But one of the running backs is going to have a great game, and I feel like that's going to take them over the edge in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. Like I said, they seem to win games that they need to win. Obviously, they're in the Super Bowl. I think a couple of things that I would like are Booty to have, I don't know what his line's
Tayshaun
at.
Booty.
His longest catch is usually like 19 and a half or 20 and a half. Every time I watch him, he has like either 10 catches for 8 touchdowns and 250 yards, or at the very least, like 2 catches for like 60 somehow. So
Yeah.
he's definitely a deep ball guy. So I would take his over in the Super Bowl. There's going to be if not in the first quarter to set the tone, maybe in the fourth quarter if they're coming back. One way or another, I just see at least one deep ball to him in the Super Bowl. And then with Charbonnet still out, I mean, Walker looked phenomenal for Seattle as their running back. And I know they have a third, but Walker is their guy. He will get 20 plus touches in this game. So I don't necessarily know what his numbers are, but either a Walker touchdown or maybe take his rushing yards or overall. He just looks great. He's been great. He's well rested because of the way they've tandemed throughout the season. And now the ball is his. So yes, Darnold might throw for 350, but Kenneth Walker, I mean, he might catch 3 or 4 passes too. So without Charbonnet, I just think he's always a good bet.
He's going to be the main guy. I like that a lot.
Just 2 guys on either side of the ball.
And then who are you thinking for if you're betting for an MVP of this matchup? Are you thinking quarterbacks? Are you thinking the OPOY? What's going on in your head?
So I'm going to be a little rat here. I think if the Patriots win, Drake Maye is the MVP. I think if the Seahawks win, Jackson Smith-Njigbers will be the MVP.
No Sam Darnold, you're going directly for JSN.
I don't know. I mean, I'm pro Sam Darnold. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like the way the offense operates, there's more of JSN will be targeted more than any New England wide receiver will be targeted, and therefore Drake Maye will get the props for all of his accolades, and JSN might get the props for half of Sam Darnold's accolades, which then leans a receiver. 125 and 2 touchdowns is better than a quarterback with 350 and 3 touchdowns. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just a take. What do you think?
I like it. My MVP vote, I'd probably say if I'm going to go with the Patriots to win it all, it'll probably be the quarterback of that team. I mean, if you look at the history of the Super Bowl MVPs, I'm sure it's littered with quarterbacks from the winning team. So I think that whoever wins this game will eventually be the MVP. And I'm thinking the Patriots, so I'm going to go with Drake Maye.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I went with the same. I guess there is a world where one of the running backs has 2 touchdowns and something.
Like you have to have a phenomenal game. You can't just have like a really good game. You have to.
And Drake Maye is the backbone of that team. I guess this is a good segue. It's not going to go right into the MVP discussion, but the awards. The reason I think I lean JSN is because that Seahawks defense, when they win big, they generally thrive off of his greatness. Again, very pro Sam Darnold, but JSN just won Offensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's great. He's dynamic. He can dice up any defense. And so with that, it kind of just plays back into, I think if Seattle wins, they're going to lean on JSN to score a touchdown and have 100 yards. If he doesn't do that, I mean, I listen, they still might win this game, but it'll be tighter. It'll be a weirder game. So that's just my thought. But anyway, Abe, JSN wins Offensive Player of the Year, essentially over Puka Nacua. What are your thoughts on that?
So it's a little bit of a toss-up. I know Puka missed maybe 1 or 2 games during the season. Both had phenomenal outputs. JSN was, I mean, the teams were relatively, even as far as record-wise, but JSN was consistent every single game. He was there. He played every single game. And overall, I mean, it's a toss-up, but I think JSN deserved to win. I'm not mad at it at all. They were both had great seasons, but JSN maybe had a little bit more that he gave all 17 games.
Yeah, I actually always flip flop on my opinion on that as far as like playing all the games because I've always been a math guy through college, even today, as far as what my 9 to 5 is concerned. It's like on a per whatever basis. And so the idea that JSN played 17 games and Puka played whatever it was, 15, 14.
15 or yeah, I think it was 15. I think I only missed 2, but the numbers are pretty much the same.
Right, exactly. So for me, I always go back and forth where like, yes, availability is essential and helping your team win games every game is essential. Injuries or whatever it is, it's not always in your control. But in the games that you are playing, now if you play 10 games, that's a little bit different. If you look at a per game basis and you're like, well, per game, Puka was better. Okay, played half the season. But I mean, 15 games is I don't know if it's 90%, but it's high 80s at worst. And if you get to that point and your numbers are the same as someone who played 17, that means your per game is kind of marginally better to be honest with you. And so it's like, where's that threshold of he did or did not play enough games? Like you think about the NBA. Somebody playing 82 games, if they averaged, 38 and 7, and then another guy played, I don't know, 70 games, which is a similar ratio to 15 and 17. 70 games is enough. If you're averaging 32, 11, and 9, you're going to win the MVP. So I don't know. I always flip flop back and forth where it's like, okay, I understand the availability metric and Puka not playing every game, but I mean, come on, 14, 15 out of 17 games. And producing the same amount of numbers, that feels like he had a better season.
Yeah, you could, like I said, you can go either way with it. I also wanted to go another point as far as Puka's production wise. I think he could have had more touchdowns, but Devontae Adams was more of a red zone target for Matt Stafford. So Devontae Adams led the league in touchdowns this year as far as wide receiver standpoint.
And how many of those were on the 5-yard line or closer where,
for
Puka,
sure.
It wasn't like a random 60-yard bomb. Like if Puka was just targeted on half of those instead of Devontae, he probably would have made the same play.
Yes, I'm in agreement with you, but if wishes were fishes, the world would be an ocean.
Yeah. That's true. Is that biblical?
No, that's from WWE. I think it's Jim Ross. It's probably not the best time to bring that out, but it's one of my favorite lines. I love playing that video game when he said that.
That's great. Mike has a good one where it's like if my
aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Yeah. There's a Wheels one too. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the last little point, I guess, is the MVP piece of this, which is like, do you think that took away from Puka's winning? Is where the MVP was so close, very similar to the Offensive Player of the Year. Matt Stafford wins over Drake Maye. Now, I think this podcast had said multiple times, Drake Maye, great year, yada, yada, yada. Matt Stafford's MVP. I think most touchdowns, less interceptions, more yards thrown, like
slinging them things.
Kind of makes me feel like a Kobe versus Jordan thing. Like it sucks for Kobe, as great as he is. He just isn't Jordan, and they happen to play the same position, the same way, so on and so forth. And it's just like it sucks for Kobe because you almost can't ever be the GOAT if the GOAT is literally you, but a little bit better. So that's how I felt about Stafford and Drake Maye this year.
Stafford was just, he's been phenomenal his whole career, but this year, 46 touchdowns, 8 picks.
Holy shit. I did not know. Yeah, I did not realize he got to 46.
The numbers are absolutely insane. Granted, he's got 2 of the best wide receivers out there, but he just put on a clinic and he was just so good the whole way.
I did not realize he was slinging that thing like that.
He was slinging them things. But Drake Maye had a phenomenal season. Their record, the Patriots' record might have been a little bit better, but the Rams still had 13 wins this year. Like it's just Stafford's trophy to win this year. I don't know. Was that his first MVP as well?
Stafford?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's been doing it
I don't
for
think he even
a
won the
long
Super Bowl
time.
MVP. I think Cup won the Super Bowl
Cup did,
MVP.
Cup did, definitely.
So I don't know if he has any personal hardware. He might have a comeback player of the year or yeah, he can't win
OPOY.
offensive play. You can't
You
win
could
that
win
as a
OPOY.
quarterback. You can't win that as a quarterback and not win MVP. Except
What
for
if-
Peyton Manning when Peterson won it, I think.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what if you had, like, there's 2 quarterbacks that threw for 50 touchdowns or something?
That reminds me, there have been, I think I liked it. There have only been so many non-quarterback wins, MVP winners since 2000 or something like that. Can you try to name a handful? Hold on, I'm trying to go to, I think I liked it, but I don't know how to find it on my iPad.
Non-quarterback winning MVPs.
Yeah.
So is AP on that list?
AP is on that list, and he's the last person to do it. So you're hot.
Okay.
Oh, well,
is it a defensive player on this list?
It is not. Well, there might be, but
Okay.
the 3 most recent are all running backs.
Okay, so LT.
Yes, LT and AP.
LT, AT, AP, and another running back?
Yeah, right before LT. And I don't have the list, so that's where we're going to stop.
Is it Falk?
Dude, Falk is 22. Falk was 2000. So there's somebody between Falk and Tomlinson.
There's somebody between Falk.
There's someone between
running back?
Yeah, Tomlinson was 2006 or 7 or like the 6-7 year. And then the Falk was fuck. That could go on. Hey man, that might be our first clip ever. And Falk was 2000. So there's a running back between then.
In between those guys. This guy definitely didn't make it, but he's like my favorite NFL player of all time because of Madden 2005, Clinton Portis.
No, but you're on the right path.
Every single
it
year.
is 05, and it is a running back that like is people's favorite. That is a Clinton Portis-esque player where it's like, nah, he's great, bro. You had to be there.
There's no way it's Sean Alexander.
It is Sean Alexander, baby. Let's go. Hell yeah, Abe.
What in the world?
You know bald, bro.
That's actually
you know bald.
insane. I know the game. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, brother.
Let's go. That was sick. But yeah, so Stafford MVP this year. The last 4 MVPs to not be quarterbacks: Adrian Peterson 08, LT 06, Alexander 05, Falk 2000. And then before that, it was Terrell Davis in 98.
TD with the Denver Broncos. Wow.
Yeah, no, 3-0.
That's backyard football.
Football legend.
Oh my God. Yeah. What a dog. I love that guy in backyard football.
And then no. Then we got Barry in 96. We got Emmitt Smith in 93.
Okay.
And then and you lost me. Maybe Walter Payton and Jim Thorpe and Jim Brown.
So all MVPs that have not been quarterbacks have been running backs. Is Jerry Rice on this list? Has Jerry Rice ever won MVP?
I don't think so. I think it's only I don't
RBs.
know. We need Jamie for that one. But I just I took, that's the list I have for me personally. So I mean, I'm not an encyclopedia. Yeah. I'm pretty good, but I'm not an encyclopedia.
I think this is a pretty good segue into the defensive player of the year who could have been an MVP this year.
Dude, honestly, if Stafford didn't go 46-8, well, the Browns were kind of ass too. If the Browns were elite, then this guy could have won.
Very, very true. But anyways, Myles Garrett with a record-breaking amount of sacks. I think 18.5, 19 sacks. Do you know the full number?
23.
Oh my God. I was way off.
23.
23 of them things he grabbed up. But 23 sacks for Myles Garrett, who is
taking men down all year long.
Yes, he was. Is he the best in that category at taking men down?
He is the taker down of men. Some call him. All time, no, unfortunately. I mean, he's great. He might be one of those guys, but I just actually saw a TJ Watt. Actually, it was multiple, but it was about JJ Watt, and it was an interviewer. TJ Watt has a multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Plays the same position as his older brother JJ Watt played for the Texans. also multiple time defensive player of the year. They asked TJ, they go, who's
What a
better?
family.
Yeah, they go, who's better? And TJ like looks at him confused and he goes, at what? And they were like, oh, like just at football. And TJ was like, what? Like, obviously it's JJ. And then it cuts to someone else and it's a similar thing, like not his brother, but a co-person. And then it cuts to like, if you've seen the videos, it goes like, and then it like cuts to JJ doing something crazy on the field. And JJ Watt was a bad man. So I'm going to have to, I don't know if
JJ
I'm quite crowning him as the best of taking down men, but off the top of my head, I think JJ Watt might be the best man taker downer.
It's like them, like Lawrence Taylor's probably like from like the 80s, I believe he played in. That'll be like our parents will say he was the best player.
Taylor
There's no one that'll ever top him.
Yes. True. For sure ski.
Have you ever seen his interviews, bro? He's a wild dude.
Well, he's the man who with the famous leg break. He's the reason why the Blindside movie exists. Why the Blindside blocker is the highest paid lineman. He snapped a guy's leg in half.
I think
like an ostrich
neck, brother.
Maybe that too. Maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
Maybe that's what it was. He came off the blindside block. So like when you're a quarterback, you're either right-handed or you're left-handed. Whichever you are, the opposite guard is your blindside.
The highest paid player.
That person gets paid so much money because of Lawrence Taylor, because he cracked a quarterback.
Nightmare fuel.
He killed him. I mean, if you're a football watcher, you know that already. But for those who aren't avid, this is for Wancho. Dude, look it up. Lawrence Taylor, LT.
Like Bill Belichick will say, this is the greatest player that's ever played the game.
Oh, yeah. And don't – he's the greatest defensive player to ever play. Don't watch it with your family. Yeah.
Parental advisory definitely on that.
Correct.
On this place.
Yeah. All right, Dave. Let's get through a couple more of these awards and then we can move on. We got comeback player of the year. It was actually tighter than I thought. I don't know what the tallies were. C-Mac had to win it because he was in the MVP running. Did you know if he did not rush the ball once, he would have been like the 7th best wide receiver just based on his reception numbers? What?
Yeah, dude, I was thinking about this in my head, right? If you can get one player for like, you've redrafted the league. If you can pick one player for your team, C-Mac's at the top of that list. I think like he changes an entire offense. He changes an entire team.
If you discount quarterbacks, he should be number 1.
Yeah. He is a whole entire offense
for a
himself.
1 year go. Like, okay, we're not doing age and all that bullshit.
Right. So I'm saying like for the amount of productivity for a player it's ridiculous. We've not seen this before ever, and he's done it. It feels like he's done it for 10 years now. Like he's been a top player.
Yeah, he was drafted in 2016.
Minus 1 year last year. He
was fine last year. There's a reason he was drafted on fantasy boards 5th overall after tearing his ACL twice.
I'm saying the year before, not like this year that just passed. The year before when he had injuries.
I see.
Minus the 1 year, if you looked at that as a blimp, he is the most productive player in the NFL at his position.
I'd like to take a look and have a nice argument about where he lands all time. Because, running backs get injured, and every time he's on the field, he's the best running back in the league every time he's on the field.
Yeah. He produces the most.
And he's a flat.
He for sure produces the most at that position. When you're talking about running, you're talking about catching the ball in the backfield. He just puts up the numbers consistently. Yes, he's great. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think he deserved it. Others in the running, I think, were Joe Burrow, which, shit, like, in another year, Joe would have won. He
might have won MVP if he stays healthy.
Exactly, yeah. Sorry, I can't. I don't think this is on the agenda, but I have to talk about it. And whatever, McCaffrey won. There were other good people in the running. He way deserved it, so who cares? Joe Burrow, Pro Bowler. Okay, what? But even worse, Shadur Sanders Pro Bowler because nobody wants to effing go, which is I think he started like his 5 games. He had 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions and like 1,400 yards thrown. Pro Bowler. What is that? What are we doing? What are we doing? But even worse. I've never seen this before in my life. I've never seen it in my life, Ave. Even worse than Shadur Sanders, because at least he was like somebody dropped out, grab a guy from another team. But like there has to be more than Shadur Sanders. Joe Flacco. Of who? Of what team?
Every team
I've
in the NFL.
never seen it before in my life, Abe. There's 2 quarterbacks wearing Cincinnati Bengals shirts at the Pro Bowl. How is that even possible? Oh my! All 3 of the AFC quarterbacks did not deserve to be there. Now, if you get the phone call, are you going to say no? No. But I'm watching this game, and there's 2 quarterbacks. One quarterback comes in for the other. They're both wearing Bengals t-shirts. How is that possible?
That's awful. But like I said, this game was flexed to a Tuesday option. I did not watch. It's a flag football game. Like it's kind of meaningless football. I mean,
listen, I didn't watch because it's unwatchable. But I mean, how? Pick anyone else. Go get Tua Tagovailoa out of his concussion coma to put on a fucking jersey and play in this game.
Out of the protocol.
But if Joe Flacco is a Pro Bowl level quarterback this year, then his backup cannot be, and obviously vice versa. If they're both like quality because they both kind of split the season, which is the case by the way, then they both can't make it. They're both average. I mean, I have to sneeze. But like what?
But what? No, that's why you only get 2. You only get 2 sneezes.
Sorry. Fuck. But I don't know. That pissed me off.
That's just the state of the Pro Bowl nowadays, though. That's just how it is. Like you said, people got invited. They don't want to go, so you're just grabbing anybody you can. And the NFL's got to put on a show, so they do. And they should have grabbed me next time. Grab me off the sidelines. I could throw a pass. It's just the state of the Pro Bowl, dude. It is what it is.
Yeah, that was.
It's not like a merit-based award kind of. It was just like you're kind of there. So we invited you to come out, see what you can do.
Yeah. All right, one more award, and then we'll get the episode moving a little bit more than just football. But offensive rookie of the year, Tet McMillan. My only other shout, I think, would have been Warren, the tight end from the Colts. Oh, Egbuka as well. I mean, he really fell off big time where Tet didn't.
That's true.
But Egbuka in the beginning was just outperforming Tet. Tet was weird, man. He was like good for 5 and 85 every game. Sometimes 7 for 110. But he didn't score a touchdown until like week 9. So it was like, and then he started scoring, and he was the number 1 wide receiver. I think he was the number 1 weapon actually taken off the board. So that was the expectation, and he was solid and then became really good. So I don't hate the pick. I thought Tyler Warren, the tight end in Indianapolis.
Well, he got a little bit of railroaded as well when Daniel Jones went down and they brought in Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me. Those 2. And then I think you were about to say it, but Judkins from the Browns. Now, he got banged up big time at the end. I think he went out at the end of the year. And I don't know that he might have been eligible the first couple of weeks, but because of some off the football problems, he wasn't getting like full time in training camp. So it was a little bit of a slow start, but he was great when he played. So I mean,
that's a good shout. I like that.
I'm not mad at Tet for winning, but I thought there were a couple of competitors there.
Mm-hmm. I like all the rookie class. They performed very, very well, but I think Tet is well deserved for this award this year.
Yeah. All right. I know I said we were going to move on, but we really can't because there's just so many offensive moves. Coaching moves on either the OC side or the head coaching side. Abe, I want to run through the head coaching stuff because I have hometown hoops emotions to share.
I don't know if I wanted to. I don't know if I'm ready for that conversation yet.
Okay, maybe we don't dive into hometown hoops yet, but we'll discuss what happened with the Philadelphia Eagles. But ultimately, the big time names are the Raiders head coaching job still open?
No,
I know
all the positions have been filled.
Okay, I don't. Well, let's look up Raiders. Weird place to start because I don't know. But Dable he was either going to be Raiders or Titans OC. He went Titans OC. I would assume that's because the Raiders said no to him. I don't know why you would choose OC. I mean, I guess Raiders you're kind of going to fail, but whatever. Titans OC is not much better. Harbaugh is with the Giants, which is
it's not great for us. Yeah.
No. Yeah. As an Eagles fan,
I love
Harbaugh.
I love both the Harbaughs. Yeah.
Yeah. The Giants owner though apparently is in the Epstein files. So
I saw that he's probably on the way out.
Yeah. So he's cooked. So welcome Harbaugh. Maybe you just be the owner. You probably make I think he was with the Ravens 18 years. 18 years as a head coach. You can maybe buy a team soon. And then Steelers hire Mike McCarthy as
That's the one I want to talk about.
Yeah, I don't love it. And the reason I don't love it, Abe, is because you fired Mike Tomlin and you hired Mike Tomlin. What the hell's going on there? It's okay, but the Steelers are notoriously old and by the book. And if you're gonna fire Tomlin, you gotta go with with the OC in San Diego who just got hired. He was fired from Miami. Mike McDaniel? Mike is that
Mike McDaniel's the head coach of the Dolphins? Yeah, that's
he got fired, and exactly. Yeah. So now he's the OC in LA with the Chargers. That's who the Steelers. I like that move. Yeah, oh yeah, me too. I like it a lot. He's with Harbaugh out there and Herbert. They're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, that's a great combo.
Yeah, for sure. But if I'm the Steelers, I think I take the risk on a guy like that who's a little kooky and offensive, as opposed to going with McCarthy. I mean, you had Tomlin for 20 years.
You had Coward for
20 years. They had 4 coaches since like 1960.
That's what I wanted to get at. They always do these deep dives on coaches that they went around for a while. Like they've literally had 4 coaches since the 70s. It's just ridiculous. You don't see that in any pro sport ever. Like they go for longevity. They go for these guys that meet the culture. They know what they're expecting from these guys. But Mike Tomlin feels like a guy they hired for like a short-term deal. That feels like he's
McCarthy, you mean?
Rodgers. Yes, that's what I meant. Mike McCarthy's the guy that they hired for a short-term basis. You don't know if Rodgers is coming back, but he's got that history with Rodgers. So I think they were trying to appease Rodgers maybe with this hiring. And
why
to
in
bring
the
him
world
back for
do you
another
go Mike
2
McCarthy
years.
for short-term though? Unless Rodgers said I want McCarthy.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like they want to appease Rodgers for the next 2 or 3 years. Whatever Rodgers has left in him, he looked decent this year. He could play maybe another 2 or 3 years, but it just doesn't make sense for the franchise. I don't see Mike McCarthy as a long-time hire.
No, I don't either, and I just think it's a great time to take a risk and see how a coach. Like, I don't think you build your roster or make franchise decisions around Aaron Rodgers right now as the Steelers. And it's not only because he's 45 and withering away. I like
you
Rodgers.
Added a few more years on him, bro.
How old is he?
I think he's 42.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Still, he's in his 40s.
Or he's going to be 42 next year.
I don't think you make franchise decisions around him. Maybe if he was a Packer right now and he never left, or he left and then came back and it's his 3rd year now as a Packer again. But like, I think the Steelers there are some teams where a player is bigger than the team. And Aaron Rodgers probably could have went anywhere in his prime and been that, almost anywhere. When he went to New York and he was with the Jets and he was out of his prime, he still was bigger than the Jets. And nobody batted an eye when they made bad trades for Devontae Adams and all that stuff. Because I'm going to sell everything because we have Aaron Rodgers. Right now, if I'm the Steelers, and I'm not just any team, I'm not the Titans, I'm not the Jets, I'm not the Panthers, I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do not make franchise decisions based off of a 43-year-old Aaron Rodgers. And I don't see how Mike McCarthy, who, yes, the Packers were dangerous when he was their coach, but they won 1 Super Bowl. Is it hard to win a Super Bowl? Yes. So 1 Super Bowl counts as greatness, and Mike McCarthy is a great coach because of that. But, I mean, Aaron Rodgers was, I don't know if anyone had a better prime as a quarterback than Aaron Rodgers as far as talent is concerned.
Was he a 5-time MVP?
I mean,
4-time MVP?
Yeah, I mean, Brady winning
7 Super
3
Bowls.
Super Bowls in a row or whatever it was is nuts. But as far as like ability on the field, Aaron Rodgers' prime is unbeatable. So with that, it's like, okay, McCarthy, I just don't know if it's worth it. Like if we're really hiring this great coach, it's like Ty Lue. The Clippers like are all invested in Ty Lue. I'm like, who's Ty Lue? I mean, yes, he won that championship with the Cavaliers with LeBron, but that was like everybody knows that's LeBron's best year. And in history, we were watching history. Like I don't know. That's kind of where I fall in this McCarthy thing, where I think he's a little bit overrated as a coach. He was embarrassing in Dallas after Green Bay, and now the Steelers, who are a great franchise, are hiring him in a moment where they should take the risk on a young, innovative coach. I don't see at all why they would keep the tradition.
Like overall, it does not make sense.
When Tomlin took over for Cowher, Roethlisberger was there. Hines Ward was still there. Randall L was like the team was there. Palomalu was still playing. Like James Harrison was still there. Like it wasn't. It was like, okay, let's get this traditional coach who's going to hold people accountable, who's going to be tough, because that's the team we have now. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers are. DK Metcalf plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers, dude. What? That never would happen.
It's just like unbecoming of the franchise. It's just like turning into a new thing. It's not.
Yeah, I think they're forcing in McCarthy because he has 12 years of head coaching experience and he's an older guy who's won a Super Bowl. I just don't see that with this roster. I think it's a waste of whatever.
Like I think it's a short-term deal. It's a short-term solution, and I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are a franchise that does short-term solutions. So overall, the pairing just does not make sense.
Yeah, I don't think we see it exactly the same way, but we both see it as a bad decision. So we can just go ahead and move on. Do you want to talk to the people about the draft class, Ave?
Draft class? I don't.
Okay. Well, Robert Kraft didn't get in.
You're talking about the Hall of Fame class.
Yeah. Sorry. I said draft. Hall of Fame.
I was so confused. Yes, I do want to talk about the Hall of Fame class. I have the list of the guys that got in. First off, let me just drop the list. Drew Brees, yes, agreed. One of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Roger Craig, not familiar with this guy. Running back, San Fran, LA Raiders, Minnesota Vikings. He's in there. Larry Fitz, all-time legend. Played only with the Arizona Cardinals. Love him. Get him in the Hall of Fame. Luke Kuechly, another guy that played for one team. Absolute legend. Get him in there. Adam Vinatieri, absolute legend again from the
most points in NFL history. I think.
Yes. There's those clutch kicks in the Patriots' early Super Bowls that he made that saw them win however many Super Bowls he won with them, and then he ended his career with the Colts. These guys all well deserving. I love everybody that's going in there. Phenomenal. But there are some people that got snubbed. These are two of the biggest snubs I think that can happen in any sport ever. I think it's a travesty what was done to these guys, and I don't particularly like these people. They've held my team back from winning Super Bowls on occasion. But Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, the New England Patriots, did not make the cut, and also Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl winning Tom Brady, yes, did not make it as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
So is Tom is electable?
Yes, he is.
Are you sure? Because Bill Belichick is what I saw all over the place, and then that is a problem.
Shoot. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking of it. Yes, you're right.
Okay, because I was going to say Tom Brady's a different story. Now, some people are talking about the cheating allegations, this, that, and the other, but like for me, you mentioned a running back you weren't aware of. Maybe he deserves it. Maybe he doesn't. I agree with you. The list before my time, all of those guys should be in the Hall of Fame. But there is no world, in my opinion, where Bill Belichick should not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And if that means even that somebody who almost deserves to be in the Hall of Fame and it's their last year can't get in.
Didn't make it, yeah.
it's like the integrity. I mean, there hasn't ever been a better coach. He won with the Browns, by the way, before the Patriots.
Yeah.
He wasn't the head
Assistant
coach,
coach, yeah.
he it's not like random and all Tom Brady. Now Tom Brady left, and everybody likes to say he won with the Bucks and the Patriots went downhill, this and the other. Not untrue, but Bill Belichick is a first ballot Hall of Famer every time, 100 times out of 100.
One of the greatest coaches ever in any sport.
And some people are making jokes about the girlfriend, and they're like, we can't vote for this guy. What's going on? Other people, a little bit more legitimately, are talking about the cheating scandals and saying like, hey, he'll make it in. It's only the first year, and he's now not a first ballot Hall of Famer. And because of the cheating allegations, we're gonna, slap him on the wrist, and you'll get in next year. But you won't be a part of the upper echelon of first ballot Hall of Famers. Now, I get that a little bit, but I go, listen, how long did you have to rightfully and justfully, accuse him and bring evidence to the table and fire him as a coach or take the Super Bowls away or take the win? And you didn't do it. I mean, it was obviously talked about a ton, but now the time is to put him in the Hall of Fame. Nothing about his record is tarnished officially. You have to put him in. And for people like him and Tom Brady and a handful of other people, the Michael Jordans, the LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, it's like, it's not really Hall of Fame or not. They're so good that it's like first ballot or not. That's kind of their competition. And when you have a guy like this, I mean, it's like leaving someone out of the Hall of Fame that otherwise is borderline. And then you're heartbroken about it. This is like leaving someone out of that first ballot category that otherwise should be. And so even though I think the argument is, well, he'll be in the Hall of Fame, it's just not first ballot. It's not like it's over. Relax. It's like, I don't know. For people like that, it's worth it. Like when the history books look back, there will be coaches, I think 3 of them, who are first ballot Hall of Famers, and Bill Belichick will not be on that list. And I think that's wrong.
I'm 1,000,000% in agreement with you. He is the best coach in the greatest team sport, so they call it. And I mean, 7 Super Bowls, 6 as a head coach. He is the absolute best. The scandal thing, as you alluded to, that it's never officially on paper where they've taken away the wins or they've taken away the Super Bowl or the rings. Like they still own those championships. They're still all his. It's an absolute travesty, like a mockery of the Pro Football Hall of Fame that he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I get that he'll get in at some point, but this just does not feel right. And it's like, I'm not even a person that will defend Bill Belichick in other conversations.
Correct. Not necessarily a fan.
This does not feel right at all as a sports lover and an enthusiast. And I just want these institutions to have, the utmost respect. But this feels like a slap in the face to Bill Belichick and to football.
Yeah. Let us know, whether it's Spotify, YouTube, whatever it is, what you think about that. Some people are pretty adamantly so anti-Patriots from our childhood that they don't care, but I can't back this one.
And then the same, right, I feel the same for Robert Kraft as well. I mean, to buy the franchise in the mid 90s or whenever he bought the franchise, and then to take them to that success and then to be eligible for the Hall of Fame, it does not make sense why he's not in the Hall of Fame this year as a first ballot Hall of Famer. But
that's that one might have a whole nother reason behind it. But we'll move on to move on to the NBA. Okay. So trade deadline just ended, Abe, and the hometown hoop 76ers were flirting with something amazing the whole time, and it did not happen. Now, I want to get your take on the potential trade, whether you'd have liked it or not. But then in the same vein, we did end up making one move, which was Jared McCain for the 2026 Houston Rockets pick, which is going to be probably a low 20s type pick. Because they are the 3 seed in the West. So not much value there necessarily. And then 3 second-round picks. When that happened, I think a lot of the fan base was like, oh, we're acquiring picks to move them for Giannis. But as I sat here, I was like, well, the Giannis move is Edgecombe. Yeah. And if we move Edgecombe with picks for Giannis, there's two sides of that coin, and we can discuss that in a second. But as much as I thought for a second we were gaining assets to make this happen, I realized, well, we're not going to trade McCain and Edgecombe because then Kyle Lowry's getting 25 minutes a game. So I was like, oh my God, we're just dodging the luxury tax. Now that wasn't a surprise. That's a strategy and an effort by many teams. But why in the effing world did we trade Jared McCain to avoid the luxury tax? I mean, he had 3 more years on a rookie contract, and Grimes is an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. And Barlow, I mean, who's Barlow? I mean, that was probably the easiest. And the answer to that is because we could get assets in return and avoid the tax, which is a win-win for the Sixers. But for the fans, it's just
it does not feel good at all. Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing here? I invest so much in this team, season tickets. I mean, Philadelphia is a great city to own
Sports
a team
city for sure. Yeah.
And you're just dodging luxury taxes while the Lakers are fucking swimming in it, and they're not going to win the championship either. But guess what? The shitty LA fans get a good time when they get to go, and we see Jared McCain, who would have been Rookie of the Year if he didn't get hurt last year. I mean, ultimate sell low opportunity here. Like, what VJ Edgecombe is doing is what Jared McCain was doing last year. Not to that. I think Edgecombe looks better than McCain did. I think Edgecombe looks better.
I don't think so, because I think McCain had a lot more opportunities. Edgecombe looked great beginning of the year, kind of fizzled out, but he still looks really, really good for a rookie. But McCain was pretty consistent, and then we had a lot of injuries where he was forced to the starting lineup, so he was playing a shit ton of minutes, and he was performing very, very well.
So you're even higher than on McCain than I was, but I just think this was an ultimate sell low moment.
So the thing is, so I don't know if this is true. Got it from Twitter, so who knows? But with the Paul George suspension and that contract not counting towards what we have against our cap, so that kind of put the Sixers in the position to make this trade to where they could save money. So if
we
Paul
saved
George
like $5 million on George getting suspended or something.
Exactly. So if Paul George had not been suspended, we would not have hit the luxury tap benefits by trading McCain. But since Paul George is suspended and that amount on his contract,
but I hate that the McCain. The reason it's McCain is because he's valuable, and so instead of we would have had to move like Barlow and a pick to for somebody to give us something in return that put us under the cap, or Grimes and a pick, something like that. Mm-hmm. Whereas McCain, we get 4 picks back, plus we're under the cap. But again, as a fan, I just don't give a shit. I'm just like, that was our future. Yeah. In what world? McCain. It's like, oh, well, the guards are overpopulated. In what world is having 3 great guards bad? Especially when you have this guy for 3 more years and Edgecombe for 4 more years.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my luxury tax. Are you kidding me? Just eat it this year. These guys are free. Both of these guards are free. Like, okay, next year Grimes is gone. He's gone. He's not going to sign with us. There's no way. We're not going to give him 15.
Someone's going to pay him a lot of money. Yeah, someone's going to pay him a lot of money. Dude,
so I hate it. I hate it. We didn't get Giannis. Spoiler alert. We didn't get Giannis.
Sam Presti from the OKC is what a GM should look like. Like, you know, Howie, like he gets that role in the NFL. Sam Presti is the guy for that. Yeah, that just makes the best deals. An absolute steal to pick up McCain to an already loaded roster. But I mean, he just makes the right plays year after year. He's running a clinic over there in OKC.
Yeah. So I'd love to see OKC win just so I could be happy. I've never been more of a McCain fan than I am yesterday.
Dude, I was happy last year when they won just for Isaiah Joe, another former Sixer that was on a roster for a little bit. St. Joe's product. Like I wanted to see him do well. Yeah. But like, I mean, they just picked up and, you know, they go off and win the championship, which was sick. But
every time I hear Isaiah Joe, I think of Ish Smith.
Ish Smith is another. That's a process legend right there.
What is that name? Ish. What's his real name?
Ishmael.
Oh, probably. Yeah, you're right. Ishmael. All right, Ave. Sorry to those who don't care about hometown hoops, but I had to get that off my chest. Giannis stays in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I was about to say you did allude to Giannis as well. Yeah, this was a weird one. I mean, like 2 weeks ago, you're like, they're going to trade him. You thought it was happening. Giannis
Everyone else in the world gets traded but him.
Yeah, the biggest piece on the board, the biggest chess piece on the board does not go. Giannis had fully signed off to say, "Hey, let's get this thing done." These guys are like 9 games below 500. They're not having a great season, and then he's stuck in Milwaukee now. Like he's still there.
Yeah, and I do want to get your take on that actually really quick before we move on to moves that did happen and were big. But Mike, I think, was anti-moving Edgecombe and some pieces for Giannis. I said save it for the pod in our group text. Mike's a boomer and doesn't know how to do the virtual stuff, so he's not here yet again. But that notwithstanding, I'd like to hear your take on it. I'll say my spiel really quick. I'm listening to talk radio. I'm hearing people go, Giannis is never going to be as good as he used to be, and he's on the back of his prime, and this and the other. I'm just not buying it. I mean, maybe his best year is in the rearview mirror. Maybe.
Yeah.
But his best year was fucking 33, 13, and 8. And by the way, 3 blocks and 2 steals every game. So like
an NBA championship on the resume as well.
Yeah, and multiple MVP, NBA championship with I'll ask the viewers if you can name, because we can, but can you name 3 players on the Milwaukee Bucks roster that won the championship? I bet you can't. Giannis took them there. Now we can, Abe, so I don't want to act like that roster was horrible between you and I. But
it's NBA championship roster. Yeah.
I bet the fans can't.
Yeah.
So that's my point. And like moving forward, Edgecombe is great. And every time in a Milwaukee Bucks jersey, when that guy comes and plays for the Sixers, I want to cheer a standing ovation. And when the documentary's made in 25 years from now about this trade for young Edgecombe and Giannis, I want to watch it and I want to cry and regret it as a Sixers fan. But God damn it, we are trading him tomorrow for Giannis, if you ask me. I mean, are you crazy? Are you insane? Tyrese Maxey with Giannis and Embiid. Now, Embiid, I know, old news. Get that name out of your mouth. I'm with you. Don't get me wrong, but he looks great recently.
He looks great when he plays.
He would be the third option. So if Embiid can swallow that pride, which I think for anybody in the league it would be him, Giannis, maybe Luka. But as far as like big man to big man, he would go, okay, Giannis, you got it. It's like
take over.
People calling into 94.5 are acting like Giannis is another guy. It's like, you don't understand. He's a top 3 player in a league where it's like, top 4 player, maybe like legitimately sometimes 1, sometimes 4.
I think it's Luka, SGA, Giannis.
What about Jokic?
Oh shoot, he's a top 4 player.
But that's the 4. That's the 4. But Giannis, like on any given night, can be the best of those 4. And then but it's like it's very seldom like those 4 are the best, and there's nobody else who's in that stratosphere right now. That's the tier. That's the next tier. It's just like you trade your rookie for that. I'm sorry, you do every time, and you regret it later. You regret it later. You regret it later. McCain moves into the starting lineup, or Grimes does, and you go win a motherfucking NBA championship. But like you trade him. Giannis is so good. I mean, he is a generational talent, and it's been like 8 years. It's not like no disrespect. I love this guy too, but it's not like Anthony Edwards where it's like, oh, not randomly, but like recently good for a couple of years.
He's number 1 overall pick.
It's like Giannis is 30 and he's been the best player in the league for 8 years. When he's not the MVP, even as recently as like last year, he is between 2 and 4 in the voting. It's not like he's now 10th. Anyway, sorry. But you got to move Edgecombe for Giannis. I love Edgecombe. I would regret doing it when I'm old and dying, but you have to do it. It's the right thing to do.
That's why I'm glad I'm not a GM sometimes.
Yeah. All right. So I just got passionate there, Abe. I'll let you dictate what we want to talk about next as far as what move. Do you want my opinion? Do you not want it? You lead the conversation.
You're so passionate right now. I want to hear your favorite trade, and I want to hear your lead. No, I'm just kidding. What trades
and we could try.
Did you like though?
Okay, my favorite trade is actually for the Clippers, because I don't actually believe in the Clippers this year, but they got Garland and some change for
James
Harden.
So
I like that trade because I think it makes the Cavs a little bit better because I think there was some confusion between Garland and Donovan Mitchell. I think that's clarified with Harden and Mitchell, where Harden is going to be the ball handler and Mitchell can go score 32 a night. And Harden's going to get his 16 assists. And if he's at 22 points or 18, he actually doesn't care as much as he used to. So I think it's good for the Cavs for now. But I love it for the LA because I'm very high on Garland. Plus they got some change and some draft picks. I don't think they're actually competitive enough to win this year. I think Kawhi has another year, 2 or 3 in him to go win an NBA championship. So Garland might be that young piece that is like a bridge where I think Garland can be the point guard of a championship team. I think if he's the third best option, that's fine.
Good.
Yeah. So I don't think the Clippers downgraded that much. They got rid of 36-year-old James Harden for 26-year-old Garland. So yes, Harden today is better than Garland, but next year it could totally flip-flop and it doesn't matter. I don't think the Clippers are going to beat the Denver Nuggets. I don't think they're going to beat the Timberwolves. I don't think they're going to.
They got to make it to the playoffs. They're
struggling. They're going to beat the Thunder. Yeah. So who cares? I definitely move Harden for Garland and some picks all day long.
I'm don't love the trade for either team. I'd probably favor the Clippers here. But as far as the Cleveland Cavs, the thing that you did get with Harden is a little bit more size. He's like 6'5", guards like 6'1". So you have a bigger point guard essentially for that team, but you do lose. Well, I guess you don't lose defense, but James Harden's not going to defend for that basketball team. So that is a huge loss there. And then also, James Harden has not had much playoff success in terms of making it to the finals. I mean, he's at the point of his career where that's kind of what it's all about. And so this trade kind of does make sense for him as far as moving to Cleveland, moving to the East, trying to get there. But we'll see how this works out. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan for either team, but I would say the Clippers will get the better end of this stick here.
That's funny. I mean, you asked me my favorite. I think I mean, obviously shot from the cuff there, but I think it's my favorite because of the Clippers side of it. Definitely not the Cavs side, which I think we seem to agree there. Maybe I'm just a little bit higher on Garland, so I'm actually excited for the Clippers' future more than you are. Although get Ty Lue out of there.
Stay healthy. Ty Lue's a good coach. There's not many coaches in the NBA that are better than Ty Lue, to be honest.
Yes, there are.
Who?
Heat coach
Spoelstra. He's not going anywhere. He's going to stay with Miami. Knicks coach is
Spurs coach.
Mike
Thunder coach.
Mike Brown.
Jason Kidd.
Thunder coaches. I mean, but these guys aren't leaving. Is what I'm saying. So, like, who are you?
I'm not saying they're leaving. I'm not saying you have to. Okay, I don't. They don't need to replace it. Does he deserve to be a coach in the NBA? Maybe, but I don't like how people have him as like a top 5 coach, top 10 coach.
I think it's just like he's a player.
I just named coaches. I never do that. Celtics coach is better than him. I'd rather have Nick Nurse.
Joe Mazzulla's a dog. I would say he's like a player's coach. Like if you have guys that are of LeBron-esque category, like he had with like a Kawhi and Harden, like he gets the guys. Like he can motivate them.
The Clippers haven't done shit. They had Kawhi and Paul George and everybody you wanted, and they haven't done shit.
Kawhi plays like one game. This is his healthiest year that he's Ty Lue's been the coach. Kawhi's played the most games I've seen from him in a regular season ever.
Don't trade the house for Kawhi then. I don't know. Whatever.
Too late for
Kawhi. Right. So my least favorite trade has to be Anthony Davis going to Washington. I mean, that was just heartbreaking. I didn't look all the way into it because I threw up once I saw the tweet, and I was like,
it's like an 18.
I was like, how can the NBA do this to this man? Allow this to happen. You went from the Lakers to Dallas, and that was heartbreaking enough. But thank God, Dallas has Kyrie and Cooper Flag to pick things up, and Dallas
it's a long-term decision.
Basketball fan or a good basketball city, but. Now you're going to Washington. Jesus. Oh, my gosh. Poor AD. Move that man. NBA, you got to, come on, help a brother out.
I think Dallas is kind of clearing house a little bit. They've got Cooper Flag.
Yeah, but you sent AD to Washington. That crushes me. I don't even want to watch basketball anymore. I mean, this
Yeah,
guy has been injured, and he's just such a big time. I'm not an AD fan. I'm really not, because the brow
he's
pisses me
great.
off. Shave that shit. Oh, but exactly, he's great. I mean, they have stopped trades in the past for this, that, and the other. You need to get AD out of Washington. That is just come on. What are we
Well,
doing?
he's going to be there for the half season, so that's two
I
times
hated
this year
seeing
that he's been
Porzingis
traded.
in Washington and Russell Westbrook in Washington. I mean, Anthony Davis is gosh, he's still, if he was on the right team, Ave, he could be 27-12 still with 3 blocks a
when
game.
he's healthy. Yeah,
He probably will do that in Washington, but they won't.
The best part about that though, you don't want to see Washington play at all. Is you're not going to see them on national TV. So don't even look out for them. They're not going to be on national TV.
Yeah, but Anthony Davis deserves to be on national TV.
Yeah, he's a primetime player. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, probably first ballot, since we were heavy on that earlier NFL session. But I think the Mavs are kind of clearing house.
Did they move Kyrie, or did I dream?
No, Kyrie's still there. He hasn't played yet. Well, he's coming off that ACL still. They're looking forward to the future with Cooper Flagg, who's showing great signs recently.
Holy cow.
Great.
That's how a white man plays a game, boy.
That's how a white man wins a football.
Yeah.
I saw an ESPN stat. He had he's the first rookie since Allen Iverson to score 150 points over a 4-game stretch with his last 4 games, which is crazy. That's averaging 37.5 a game. Yeah. So he's doing the numbers. Quick maths. He's doing the numbers very, very recently, and he looks like a PTP, if you will, Dickie V, a primetime player. So I think they're clearing house. I mean, their record, I don't know if they'll make the playoffs this year. I want to say they're teetering with like 9-10 in that area. I mean, if they go down this path, if Kyrie doesn't come back and sits out the full year, if they don't have that chance at the playoffs, they could look at it maybe a lottery pick to team up with Cooper, Kyrie. So like the Dallas Mavs are just clearing house. They're trying to get back to.
I would move Kyrie for the future. Them. I mean, if you're going to move AD out, I would move. Yeah. Because if you move Kyrie, you get a little bit of goop, and then like fucking Cooper Flagg's like 12 years old. Not only was he drafted after his freshman year of college, which saves
he skipped a year of high school.
Yeah, he skipped a year of high school. So I mean,
he's never gonna be able to drink a beer.
Yeah, he's gonna win the championship. He's not gonna be able to celebrate in the locker room. All right, Abe, real quick. What other moves did you like? I know Markkanen teamed up with. Well, Markkanen stayed in Utah. Somebody moved to Utah.
Who moved to Utah? Kevin Love. No, he's been there. There was a move to Utah. I can't think of the name.
Well, we can look that one up if you want. But are there any other ones you love? I gotta take a little.
That I love?
Gotta run to the restroom and grab a beer is what I have to do.
I feel like I was more intrigued with like the Giannis scenario, but that never really came to fruition.
No, but there was Jaren Jackson is no longer with the Grizzlies. I thought.
Oh, that was a huge one.
Yeah, I thought Ja Morant was gonna move, but he did not.
We did. Yeah, like the biggest names ended up staying at wherever they were. But yeah, that trade for the Grizzlies was huge. Are
you clicking around?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at that Utah trade.
I'm looking at this one. Dario Saric got traded, and Schroeder got traded.
Jaren Jackson. That's who went to Utah.
Jaren Jackson to Utah? Okay.
Yeah. So that's who paired up with Lauri Markkanen. Where are they in the standings? Utah?
Not great. Ace Bailey does not look great this year. I mean,
I saw they had him at the 2. I was like, what? Isn't he like 6'8"?
Yeah, he's a shot maker, but he's not like a.
He's a shot shooter.
Yeah. He's a high volume scorer.
Utah's trash. Why would they? I mean, Jaren Jackson's a piece, but that is not going to turn them. They're 16 and 36. Right. Who?
Jaren Jackson's a piece. It's crazy.
I don't know who said that or what you're talking about.
I mean, Lonzo Ball moved from Cleveland. I was so high on him with the Cavs. That did not work out at all, but he got traded to the Jazz. Everybody's going to the Jazz.
Yeah, I'm going to the Jazz.
Chris Paul got traded to the Raptors. I mean, that's like one of my favorite basketball players of all time. He's a little ratty.
Playing? Does he get time?
No. He's off. Like he was with the Clippers, but he was off the roster. But they just had him on the payroll. He got traded to the Raptors, but the Raptors said that he does not have to report. I would love to see him get like a send-off tour, but I don't think that'll happen.
No,
So it's very, very unfortunate.
He's not even gonna get a visa to play in Toronto. He's just gonna stay in. Yeah.
Lakers trade for Luke Kennard. I like that. A little bit of shooting, but they traded Gabe Vincent. Hasn't been good.
Bit of good
since that trade. Yabusele, he did like a really, really like a team friendly thing with the Knicks. Like he didn't opt into as much money as he could. Ended up getting traded to
French bloke.
Yeah, Chicago. But I think he did some really team friendly stuff. So people are giving him a lot of props on that. The Knicks got Jose Alvarado. No.
Let's talk all-star lineups if you want to. I can't hold in this piss any longer. So if we're at Jose Alvarado territory, I think we're okay to move on. Unless you want to talk all-star lineups, which I don't know.
I do know the all-star lineups. I have them. I only have one question mark, but you can go.
We can always come back to all-star lineups. I just wanted to cut at the end of NBA is all.
Okay, so you want to go now or you want to wait?
No, I got to leave. I can't hold this any longer. All right, Dave, we are back from that pee break. I got another dranky drank. It is not as cold as I would have wanted it to because I only put it in the fridge before the episode started.
Dude, freezer, brother. What are we doing?
I know. Rookie mistake. All right, let's talk Olympics, Abe, because we are at the end of the day sideline banter, and there's a sideline for everything. It is not just the 4 major sports. We are worldwide, and we are tuned in. Probably a little bit too exciting of a intro there because I have not done too much research into the Winter Olympics. Now, that being said, I know the opening ceremonies are tonight.
Yes.
For most people, assuming this episode comes out tomorrow, it would have been last night. So anything goofy or weird or newsworthy, we will not be reporting on. But I know there was controversy in plenty of the Olympic openings because every country has their traditions that the rest of the world doesn't really get. But I don't think we'd really comment on that anyway. So who cares? Sports wise, Lindsey Vonn tears her ACL, but I think she's still going to compete.
Dude, a week before the Olympics start, tears an ACL.
Yeah, and I saw training video for today. She's jumping. She's putting weight on her torn ACL knee and then laterally pushing off. And I'm like, wait, is this whole thing a farce? Or is it just a money grab? Do we not need ACLs?
Do we need ACLs? Dude, I'm questioning doctors worldwide. I have no idea what's going on. But, dude, imagine training 4 years for this. And I think she's had injuries before, like prior to Olympics have held her back as well. And like she's trained full Jesus. She's trained 4 full years getting ready for this event. And then a week out, she tears her ACL. But
isn't that the best thing though, Abe? That's the best thing to say. Every time the Olympics come, we go, just imagine 4 years of training. We're gonna hear that so many times in the next month. 4 years of training, all for this one job.
Down the drain.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Dude, 4 years, 1 week out, tears an ACL. She's like, what do I do here? Consult some doctors. And she wants to still compete. As you said, she's still out and about. She's still squatting, whatever weight she's squatting, put it up on the rack. I saw
she did her trial run. She did her trial run this morning.
She's expecting to compete on a torn ACL, which is ridiculous.
So,
like you said, it might be a farce. We might not need them.
Well, here's more evidence and leverage to that argument is this is probably 5 to 10 years ago now, but there was a national champion wrestler, and wrestlers are sick in the head. We already know that. But this guy's getting interviewed after winning, and I think it was back-to-back. So, like, how does it feel to win your second national championship? And he goes, honestly, it's great, and I didn't want to share this beforehand because, there's no excuses or, like, whatever. Excuses are for pussies, whatever. And he goes, I tore my right ACL 8 days ago, so I'm wrestling with no ACLs today. He already tore his left. His left was already torn. Like the news knew that already. And his other one got torn. He won the national championship with no ACLs.
That's just different. That's just a mentality. I love when, as awful as it sounds, I love when people push themselves to the edge and just fight through whatever demons, whatever injuries they're going through, and they persevere. It's just like the best human story that you can
That's
think
why
of.
people love
It's
sports
awesome.
because I mean that's the story of life. That's what makes life great is getting through challenges, and that's why sports as a microcosm is so beautiful because you're not risking rent or you're not risking your job,
It's not life
but
or death.
you're still giving the amount of passion as if you were going to die if you lost this game. And there are only so many things in this world that can get you that passionate. So that's where like the jealousy and the envy of the athletes comes from. Well, and the money, obviously, but like
The money definitely is
to
a
be
big
able to
one.
live life with that much passion all the time. That's why we watch, is because that's how we can relate. That's why we're here right now talking about
Right.
it because it's fun and work doesn't do that for us. So, but
There's
yeah,
nothing
man,
that does it for me like sports do. I don't know. There's nothing that can top it. It's just like people put it all out on the line just because they want to be great, you know.
for the
They're
love of the
just pushing their
game,
body.
for the love of the game. But yeah, so anyway, Lindsey Vaughn's going to compete. For those who don't know who that is, she's a downward ski sloper. I saw this tweet and it was about the ACL thing, and somebody was like, I don't understand how that's possible.
Yeah.
And somebody comments and goes, well, ACL is primarily about lateral movement. So, and then
I mean, she's still
the author
left and right.
responds, well, yeah, the author responds, oh yeah, I have no clue how downhill slope skiing would apply to lateral movement, being sarcastic. It's
Yeah.
that's all you do is go left,
Literally.
right, left,
Yeah.
right, left, right.
At the highest speeds imaginable.
Yeah, like I'm sitting here laughing about it, but to be transparent, I don't know what's going to happen. I am eager to watch her come in last place, but how do you not substitute her out? I don't get it. We'll see what happens.
Because she earned that spot, and she's gonna. I hope she places in the event that she's partaking in. I hope she gets a bronze, silver, gold. Hopefully,
I mean, listen, I'm rooting for her. I just, as far as ACL history is concerned, and how much my knowledge capacity is, she has no chance. But whatever,
she should not be competing at all because this is a devastating injury, a 9-month recovery, and she's out there going against the best people in this event.
Correct.
There's no way that she should compete.
Fully healthy, she was going to beat them by 0.1 seconds, maybe. If she performed perfectly with a torn ACL, I have to imagine that's going to, if that takes off a half a second from her run or 1 second.
Yeah. That's a game
difference.
Yeah.
So anyway, Abe, in other news, the NHL has opened up the opportunity for their players to play in the Olympics. And that is the first time in over 10 years since 2014. So that's pretty cool. I don't have a roster here, but are the best players playing, or it's just an opportunity that wasn't there before?
The best players are playing. This is
cool.
We're going for gold this year. Everybody's competing. The NHL actually blocked off the calendar and freed up their players to allow them to participate in this Olympic Games for the first time, as you said, since 2014. So it's been 12 years since the NHL has done this. But yeah, they're allowing everybody that's on an NHL contract to be able to participate for their country, which is awesome. So you're seeing the best of the best perform in these games.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I actually was unaware. I was very much unaware.
So that's huge. I mean, hockey is, so like the Olympics are weird how they, like, there's team sports and there's individual sports. But I would say hockey is probably the biggest team sport. Maybe figure skating might be bigger. I mean, there's individual and team sport aspects to it. But I think hockey is like the one game where it's like, I want my country to win. At least for me, I'm like, I need the USA men's and women's hockey team to get the gold this year. That's just how I feel. I don't know if you feel the same, but I feel like that's like the biggest team sport of this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I'll talk my favorite. It's actually the thing I wanted to end with in this Olympic segment is what your favorite thing is in the Olympics, in the Winter Olympics in particular. Yeah. I have two. But as far as NHL or hockey in general, I'm hoping that the Frozen Four, who was that? It was Canada, US, Sweden, Finland?
That makes sense.
Finland's great in hockey.
Russia's got to be in there, no?
I mean, Russia's always like in international stuff in trouble. So maybe Russia, maybe Finland. I forget, but that was hot. That was like people were seriously they wanted to win. It's a nothing tournament, and they wanted to win. I'm hoping that atmosphere, which
See,
for hockey guys
Kobe's
usually does, but I'm hoping
Yeah.
that transforms into what this Olympic Games will be.
Russia is not competing in the 2026 Winter Olympics for hockey.
Damn.
Yeah, that hurts. I want to see the best of the best perform. I understand we got sanctions, we got whatever we got going on with.
Well, they're juicing, I think, too, which is a little nuts.
Yeah, they got a lot going for them right now, or a lot going against them right now. They're doing a lot. But I want to see Ovi on the ice. I want to see Crosby on. I want to see these guys battling it out at the highest form in the sport that you can really ask for.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: Russia's a great team. There's going to be plenty of talent, though. The Scandinavian countries are more than legit. Obviously, Canada and U.S. are phenomenal. You got, Ivory Coast coming in there hot as a new up-and-coming team. They'll be fine. I think there's going to be plenty of competitiveness on the ice.
It will be, but I want to see an even playing field. I want to see the best go against the best that we really, really know.
I mean, listen, Russia's out, Saudi Arabia's in. It's not that big of a difference. They'll be fine.
They're the same teams, basically.
They're like the Nelk boys. They train in the sand in the summers for those calf exercises.
Imagine a sand hockey.
That's a huge.
That's a good sport. That's a multi-million-dollar idea.
That's a clip that blew up the Nelk boys back when they were just doing pranks. They would go to these like high school practices, and they would talk to the dads, and they'd be like, "Yeah, I'm going to Saudi." They would wear like gold medals and ask if they wanted their sons to be scouted by them, and they'd be like, "Who are you?" Like, "I'm going to Saudi Arabia for training in the summer." Yeah, the sand training is great. All right, last quick thing, Ave. Okay.
No, favorite sports definitely in the Winter Olympics.
Okay, we'll do favorite sport, but I have a quick little trivia for you. Who do you think has the most gold medals in Winter Olympics history, as far as not individual country?
Like overall?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the mighty red, white, and blue of the USA.
And you'd be incorrect. But try again.
Just kidding. I was gonna go with the Soviet Union.
You'd be incorrect. Try again.
I'm going to go with...
And you'd be incorrect. Try again.
The Chinese.
Dude, the answer is Norway. Could you believe that? I knew you were going to say Norway. Yeah, dude, it's Norway. And
they have like 2 million people in their country.
I had Jessica looking into this after she told me that was the case. And I was like, look up the most medals per capita, or maybe it was gold medals per capita. Because Norway has such a small population. So, like, not only is it incredible, whoever is number one, that's great. That's an amazing feat. I have the most Olympic gold medals. But from a population of 5 million versus the US 360 million versus China, I don't even know how many people. That's incredible. But I think this country, Liechtenstein, which is I think it's next to Switzerland and Germany.
So
the way they would calculate it is medals per million people. Mm-hmm. So Norway so we did that math because it shoots Norway up even higher. They're already first, but because of the population dispersion, it's even higher.
Right.
But Liechtenstein is this country of like 40,000 people, and they have 2 medals or gold medals. Yeah. So when you multiply it by a million, they actually are higher. They're like 2 or 3 times what Norway is. Yeah. But anyway, just a fun fact. I was going to save it for my 2-minute drill, but I thought it was worth bringing up during the Olympic segment.
No, that's good.
Norway leads the way, and per million. Let's look out to see if there's any Liechtenstein participants this year.
I'm looking out for sure.
Okay. I know my favorite event in the Winter Olympics. If you need me to talk about it,
probably.
Okay, I mean, I can go first if you need to think on it. But I have 2. One is very classic, but for nostalgic purposes, I can't not say it. So I'm going to say the Super Pipe. I mean, everybody loves the Super Pipe.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
All right. What makes you like it so much?
Oh, man. Shaun White is just so good. Damn, that might be 2 clips in that's our 2 biggest clips in the same video. Sheesh. But yeah, the Super Pipe.
Keep on saying it even more. Yeah,
I don't know how else to say it. That's what it's called. It's great. It's classic. It's the most fun. Shaun White is an American legend at it, but that's an easy answer. So I don't want to say
There's
that.
there's another American legend on the Super Pipe that related to some football. It's they're dating the defensive player of the year from this year.
Simone Biles.
No, Chloe Kim.
Really, I didn't know Chloe Kim dated that.
Chloe
Isn't
Kim,
she Asian?
She's an Asian for sure. Miles Garrett, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
She's out. She's also fighting an injury as well, I believe. But I think she's going to
Japanese
perform.
are nice at the Super Pipe. Japanese and Americans are the best.
Yeah. No, there's some Finns up there as well.
True.
But those are two good categories. Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, the Super Pipe is you got to. It's a great category, and like especially if you grew up in the early 2000s. But my favorite,
if you're an
I
X
don't
Games
even
guy,
know what it's called. It's the one where they ski really far, like they ski a marathon or more, but they're also shooting, and so they ski,
like ski,
and then they get to decathlon. They get to a point, and then they shoot a target.
Guns. Yeah,
and if they miss, they have to do a whole lap, and then they get back and they shoot, and if they hit it, then they continue the trail.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but I've always loved it since I was a kid because it takes like hours, and these guys are just skiing, but they have guns on their back. It's really sick. But yeah, those would be my two favorite. I like a lot of the jump ski stuff too, where they're spinning and all that. But what about you? What are your favorites?
Dude, I love the curling, man. I love me some ice curling. That thing goes hard. They bring out the brooms. I don't really know what they're doing, but it looks cool. It looks so cool. I wish I knew what they were doing
out there.
I love speed skating too. Speed skating is fun.
Apollo Ono.
Yeah,
nice.
my dog out there grinding.
And Jake Paul's girl. She's
really?
She's Netherlands. She's a speed skater for the Netherlands. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, speed skaters. Yeah,
you don't want to look up Jake Paul's girlfriend. Everybody listening.
I'll do it right now.
Good John.
Yeah, I like a little speed skating, like a little curling. I like I love the snowboarding and skiing events. I feel like that's always fun. It just looks crazy, the airs that they're doing. The
definitely big, that's the white people shit for sure.
What's the skiing one where I think it's just big air? That one goes hard too.
They just hit you with this.
Yeah.
You're just like,
they be flying through the sky. I like that one. I like that one a lot.
That was like crazy.
The
you
races,
ever do that on Wii? You ever play that one on Wii?
Yeah. You have to go. The races as far as skiing and snowboarding, I like those. There's a lot of events. I don't know what they're actually called, but I'm just tuned in because I just want to.
Yeah, I actually like the Winter Olympics more than summer. I think, even though I might be more in tune with Summer Olympic athletes. But Winter Olympics, I can turn it on anything. You could be doing the backflip snowmobile shit. I'm into it.
I'm just so impressed by their athletic ability just doing this on skis because I know damn well I can't do a quarter of what they're doing. It's just crazy. Dude, I saw some tweet from this, and they were like comparing the Winter Olympics athletes to the summer athletes. They're just like basically saying like the summer athletes are just like fun and games, but like the winter athletes are really like risking their lives for this. And I was like, damn, that's true because this is intense. You're on ice, like you don't have as much control as what they got going on in the Summer Olympics, but they are the best athletes going at the best speeds and putting their lives on the line for this and for their country. And it's just great to see.
Yeah, Winter Olympics is sweet. There's definitely some dangerous stuff they're doing out there. So more to come. It's we'll be watching every night. Tune in, comment below what your favorite Winter Olympic activity, sport, event is.
Ooh, I have a really good question as well. So the Olympic events, so they'll carry the torch from the last location to the next location.
Yeah.
There was a person today, very, very famous. He was carrying the Olympic torch through Milan today. Can you name this person?
I will not
give you any hints.
I did not see any news on it.
Yeah.
So can you just re-say what you said, and I'll try to find some hints within what you've already mentioned. Can you just start
Okay.
from the beginning and say
Yes.
a person? Yeah.
So basically, the torch is carried from the last location to the next location. And there was a highly, highly famous individual carrying this specific torch for the Milan Olympics through the streets of Milan.
But you said it's from the last Olympics to this one. So when you say that, do you mean the last Winter Olympics or the last Summer Olympics?
Correct.
Why I had two options. So the last Winter Olympics is correct?
No.
Because the Summer Olympics were in Paris.
Yes. No, I believe it's from the last Winter Olympics, which they might have been Japan. Is that 2026?
So the reason I'm asking
Japan.
is because I would assume it's either going to be an Italian or a Japanese person walking it from.
I will give you even more hints. This person is more famous for their Italian sports domination or just like being involved with Italian sports.
Okay, I would assume then that it's Andre Pirlo.
No, it is not Andre Pirlo.
Sinner.
Yannick Sinner's a great guess, but he's also not the person that I'm talking about.
Is it Winter Olympic specific or just Italian athlete?
It's not even an Italian athlete, but he played within that country for a while, and they are still an ambassador in that country's.
You said played within that country, but is not not a current athlete.
Not a current athlete, no. But they played a lot of their career.
Oh, because they aren't. Was it Zizou?
It's not Zizou. It's not a Juve guy. I'll put more emphasis on Milan.
Was it? It wasn't. Was it Dino, Pulisic, Beckham? Beckham had to be Beckham.
Not the Becks.
Seedorf, Pato.
No. This guy is from one of those Nordic countries as well.
Dzeko.
No, not Nordic at all.
Ibrahimovic.
Zlatan is the
no
one
way.
You're looking for. Yeah, he was carrying the torch today.
Well, I'm probably going to see it in 2 hours when I actually put it on TV. Damn, Zlatan. Yeah, good hints. Didn't quite give it away. I felt like I guessed okay there.
I was trying not to. Yeah.
No, so but we got every hint that you gave me. I got a little bit closer.
I was trying to put more emphasis on Milan because he's still an ambassador with Milan today.
Dude, Abe, it's like you've hosted a podcast for 54 episodes because that segues perfectly into world soccer. Where I'll honestly let you lead the way because you wrote most of this agenda around soccer is concerned. So, I love talking to some Zlatan. I still watch Danny Aaron's. You ever, have I talked?
I know. Yeah, I know Andy Darren's. I know the guy.
Oh hell, dude, that's. So I still watch Andy Darren's and his road to glory this year. So he's done it around Adeyemi, Silas, Christian Bale, Gareth Bale, and then this year it's Ibra's Icons. Last year it was Bale's Boys. Yeah. He did Adeyemi's Army, and the first one ever was Silas Season. But the whole point is it's a road to glory, so he doesn't put any money in it. He's grinding. So he just got Ibra like 2 weeks ago, finally. Since FC 26 came out, he's been grinding to get Ibra.
That's insane. That's like a 6-month journey.
But now till the end of the year, Ibra's his striker. And then like when a better one comes out, he'll just grind to get the better version.
That's dope.
Yeah. Anyway, we have Ronaldo Benzema striking, Saudi League falling apart. What's going on? N'Golo Kante fans doing blackface. Everything's happening right now.
The world is turning upside down in terms of Saudi. But yes, Ronaldo, he plays for Al Nassr. So he is basically boycotting his team. Like he said, I'm not playing for you guys. He does not approve of what the team's been doing in the transfer window, and also believes that other teams are abusing the transfer window, and they're taking advantage of rules that his club is not able to use and signing various players to their team to improve them. So he's basically decided upon himself that, hey, I'm not going to make myself available for the team. I'm sitting out. And then Benzema, he's also with one of these teams. I believe he feels the same way, or there's a contractual dispute in terms of money, but he is also at odds with his club at the moment.
And they can do that because they feel, we kind of talked about it earlier, player versus team. This is player versus league. Ronaldo feels that, and Benzema, if I take this action, the league will change their tune to allow me or my team to do X, Y, Z.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, it's all going down.
Where is Fenerbahce, by the way?
Fenerbahce is in Turkey.
Okay,
I believe they changed their name.
Yeah. Oh, they did change their name. People don't know that.
Turkey.
I learned that randomly on like a random like
Czech
10-second. Czechia. It's Czechia now?
Czechia now, yeah.
Dude, the world is changing. Every time I think about that, I think of like when I was 13 and people used to call Czech Republic. What did they used to call it?
Czechoslovakia.
Yeah. But like for our whole lives, it was Czech Republic and Slovakia. Yeah. And then like 60-year-old people would be like, Czechoslovakia. Be like, what are you talking about?
Bro,
we're going to say Turkey, and our kids are going to grow up learning Turkia, and they're going to be like, why do you say Turkey?
Yeah, so dude, this Saudi League drama is getting very, very real. You've got prolific superstars of the league being non-compliant with their teams and just being very, very frustrated on what's going on with their teams specifically, and then with the league in general. So I don't know how this ends, but another story is N'Golo Kante just got up out of there. Like he went.
Is that why?
I don't know. It's got to be part of it. I mean, the money is phenomenal, but you're seeing a couple players leave the money and go back to either a Premier League or just somewhere over in Europe, because there also is that 2026 World Cup where these guys, they need to be prepared for what's coming for their country. So like I don't know if it's a mass exodus, but like things are happening where like everything is not okay within the league, and the big names are making a lot of noise. So it's a little bit sketchy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the Saudi league was ever completely legit either. I mean, at the end of the day, it was always about the money. So
yeah. But the thing is, like, the money is kind of not being enough for these guys. They're like,
that's what I mean. You had to know you were going to walk into the shitter if they're going to give you
$20 million,
$100 million a year.
Yeah.
Anyway, Conte is moving out, which is cool. Back to Turkey.
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he might be Besiktas. I think Mourinho either was the manager there or left. I'm not sure.
I think he's Besiktas too.
Okay,
he might have been. He might have been at Fenerbahce at one point.
Dude, Mourinho would love Conte.
Oh my god!
The polar opposites, but like.
It's like when he I think Mourinho coached Gattuso when he was at Milan. I could be wrong, but it's very Gattuso. He's Black Gattuso. He's Blattuso.
Blattuso is crazy. But N'Golo Kante is my man. Dude, I sent you and Mike were talking about your
Did you ever send one?
Best 3 middies. I sent one in today because I was late to the conversation. I don't check my IG messages until like the day after. Don't know why. I'm trying to stay off social media. Whatever. But I sent mine in. You would be so hype about mine. I'm going to talk about it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna check while you're doing that.
I want to see you check it just to see your genuine reaction to what I said, because this is.
And
they actually played together, which is insane.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll be honest. I think I'm gonna have to take Grisou out, but I sent my picks and then I went, damn, I should have did. Pogba Conte is just the most magical midfield that
I don't think they've ever lost a game.
You don't you don't need a cam. That's the thing. You just go to
an
striker.
engine, and then like the best midfielder, like as a deep lying midfielder with a guy that'll just run all day. Pogba would just absolutely bosses that position. It's incredible. But I think that is literally the best midfield that's played together, even though they only play for the national team. I
mean, Iniesta, Xavi. I mean, come on.
Okay, fair enough. But they've not. I don't think they've lost a competitive game when N'Golo Kante and Pogba play together. I don't think they've lost.
I think you might be right.
Ever.
Well, the thing about Pogba and N'Golo is Iniesta, Xavi have the resume of wins and all that stuff, and like Fernandinho. Well, it's kind of like a Fernandinho De Bruyne thing where you don't need the third. Iniesta, Xavi without Busquets or without Mascherano, there's something missing because there's just not the physical presence to play defense.
Yeah.
Pogba and Conte obviously lacks offensively, but he's a good passer. So like although he won't shoot, he can set up enough goals from like 30 yards out.
He's low-key skillful enough.
Yes, and Pogba's maybe the most talented central midfielder or well-rounded central midfielder to ever play.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if that's a hot take, but it's him and Yaya Toure.
It is a hot take, but I do feel that way. Like he is
who can defend at his rate.
Ball,
yeah, and dribble and hold and shoot and pass.
Do everything.
It's him and Toure, I think. I could be wrong.
And to have that stature as well, and to be that skillful and to be that graceful on the ball.
Mike doesn't like your take.
They don't meet them in the left. What does Mike say?
Mike said, "Fuck Ozil and the French."
That's classic, Mike. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
very on brand.
No, but I'm so there. You're so right. I think Conte and Pogba are amazing together. And then you just throw a skillful. I mean, I think the perfect would be De Bruyne instead of Griezmann. But if it was my fate, I love Ozil. I always have.
You want to hear something crazy? I almost threw one of my lads for these past 6 years has been into my heart as a player that he plays every single game.
Underrated.
He's an absolute dog. Yeah. But that midfield would be something special. Like as you said, like maybe a little bit more. I don't even know if it's offensive. Just like I don't know. Griezmann's stats are great, but like a KDB and like a Bruno's stats offensively probably are better than Griezmann, except for maybe goals. But it's just like as a perfect midfield,
Bruno would be great in front of those two for sure, especially if you know that's your two.
Yeah, I love Bruno. Bruno's my dog. I just love that he literally plays every single game. Like, there's like a stat that he's missed like 3 or 4 games through injury in the past 6 years for Manchester United. I don't know if there's ever been a more consistent midfield. It's absolutely insane.
I have been a Bruno hater, but I've grown to appreciate him because other people who know soccer say that he's great and underrated and the only thing that has kept Man U relevant at all. So I appreciate him.
And then this last half year when he was with Amorim, he was playing as a 6 when that's not clearly his position, but he was still good enough to make it to the team. Like he still had the stats as well. I think he leads the Prem in assist right now. Like he's obviously doing the numbers. He's just
I mean, and to keep talking about Man U, you have this written down. It's a big moment in there, both because who came in, but also just in general the fact that it happened. But Amorim out, Michael Carrick in. Abe for us, that's a player. How do you feel about that? Sitting there as a Man U fan, that Michael Carrick is the interim manager of Man U.
I love it. I mean, it was between him and Ali Gunner. Ali Gunner, I mean, I would take it. He had such good moments for how I think he was in charge for like 2 years, but then the fall off was obviously a bad fall off. But I mean, he came in second in the Prem, which is the highest we've been since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. So like he had his highs, he had his very, very lows, but like he was phenomenal to me. I would take him back. But Carrick came in and he's done the job. He's bossing it right now. Like he's 3 out of 3. And it's Man City, Arsenal, and then Fulham last week.
The fluke game.
But I mean, I had high hopes that he'd be able to come in and play exactly the Manchester United football that, we expect to see when we want to see players trying to score goals, trying to win games, and that's exactly what he's delivered. But, the results are there, so he's been very, very great, and I'm very, very appreciative and happy that he's, taken this team as an interim manager.
Yeah, he looks great. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a CDM, which for me translates really well into a coach. I think
like a point guard of basketball or
correct.
A quarterback
I think CDMs, I think goalkeepers, maybe central, center backs too, translate into really good coaches.
They just see the game, yeah.
And Carrick's a good guy. He's kind of like a McTominay of the 2000s. So a fan favorite and a guy who I think Man U would be happy to see lead the team as a former Maybe not
I
quite
think
a
so.
legend, but only because Man U's so
I
big.
think
But like,
he is a legend because he was on the team and he played here for such a long time that he won so much with the team. And he's just like a consistent player. Like I won't say he's the best player that's ever played for Manchester United, but super, super consistent. You knew exactly what you would get from him, and that's
correct.
what you're seeing as a coach.
Correct. He's a legend because he was there. But when he was there, they were great because of Rooney and Nani and Vidic and
You need some balance,
Ferdinand.
yeah. But
And
he provided balance.
Carrick was on the field, but so was Giggs and Scholes and like
Yeah,
everyone else I just said and
it's like a
Ronaldo.
Sergio Busquets. Like he's just like the guy that balances the team out. Like you need that guy.
Yeah, but
that
for me,
just,
Busquets is 2 times the player Michael Carrick is.
yeah, he's a better defender, better passer. But like Carrick just did the simple things well, and that's all you need in certain teams. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay,
I won't.
fair enough.
Won't
I mean,
deny you
Man
there.
U's on the rise. Carrick's in. You have some other notes here. Kobe Mano back in the lineup.
Kobe Mainoo's
Casemiro
back into the
potentially
fold.
out. I think that's
Casemiro's-
huge for Man U. I'm way more pro playing Mano over Casemiro.
So no, Casemiro's still playing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
we
but
need to find a permanent replacement for him. He's so good for the first 60 minutes of a game, but then he's old as hell, so he can't do it every week. Yeah, he's very, very. I mean, he's got like 7 or 8. This is like one of his highest goal scoring seasons as well. He's got like 7 or 8 goals in the Premier League. He's
as a
really,
third
really
party
good this year.
Okay, fair enough.
World
As a
class player.
third party viewer of Man U, I would want to see Mano on the field more than Casemiro.
They're both playing. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's a 3-man midfield with Casemiro, Bruno, and Kobe
Mano. Okay.
Yeah. So that midfield trio looks great. When they sub off Casemiro for Ugarte, it falls into shambles because Ugarte is half the player that Casemiro is even at this advanced age.
Right. Okay.
But
well,
still love him.
Talk us through some other transfers if you want to, and then I think there was a firing you wanted to talk about.
City had a huge transfer window. Gahey was, he was favored to move to Liverpool. That fell through at the beginning of the year, but he continued to play. They went on to win the FA Championship, all that, or the FA Cup with the Crystal Palace. But he finally gets this move to a big team. He moves to City. Phenomenal. Great deal. Antoine Semenyo from Bournemouth. He's kind of taken the league by storm this year, but is a winger, very, very powerful, good with both feet, left, right. Winger.
Okay.
What did I say?
Sorry, I heard something.
What did you think I said?
No, you'll have to listen back.
Run it back. Okay, he's a winger.
I thought that's what you said. I was like, I thought he was black. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's good with both left, right. Powerful. He's very, very good at scoring goals. He's stepped into Man City. I think he's got like 5 or 6 goals in like 3 or 4 appearances for City so far.
Really?
Yeah, because of the FA Cup, he scored like 2 or 3 goals in the FA Cup as well.
But you're a little hurt about that transfer, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. So, I mean, obviously, he made the right decision. City's like in the ascendant compared to Man United, but he had the opportunity to come to the good side of Manchester, but he did pick the blue side. So I'm a little bit butthurt. We are going to the Ghana versus Croatia game, so I did change my allegiance for the moment. So I'm pro Croatia at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see how the summer turns out. We'll see how the summer turns out. But we'll see. But like he's took Man City by storm, having a great start. So, but I did lose in the Manchester derby. I'm not saying. I'm just saying he did lose.
Hey, I'm pro Man U. Don't get me wrong. So I don't love seeing Semenyo do that either. Conor Gallagher to Tottenham, an English bloke, formerly playing for Atletico Madrid. He's been great in La Liga. So Tottenham, I mean, they're always looking to be more competitive, but they always end up between 3rd and 6th. So I don't know that Conor Gallagher takes them over the
I don't think so.
But
he's a good player,
and it's a good sign.
I would take him at any club in the top 6. He's a really, really good player. He was at obviously Chelsea for a little bit and then moved to Atletico, but he's one of the English guys that's going to be in the national team for the Olympics. Like he's a really, really good player, and he'll definitely bolster that squad for Tottenham, who's struggled a little bit. So it makes sense for them.
Yeah, I guess. And go ahead, you got it.
The last one is kind of a weird one. Paquetá from West Ham, who's been struggling a little bit lately, but he's going back to Brazil. He's going to Flamengo in this transfer window, which is I just thought it was a little bit strange.
Yeah, I
I'm not
thought
sure if it's
maybe a similar move as Gallagher, although less success at the club he was at, but kind of just going to a more comfortable situation. I could be
right.
wrong in reading it that way, but it's kind of how I felt. I mean, Paqueta, I think he's a super talented Argentinian, right? I think.
No, Brazil,
Oh,
Brasileiro.
is he Brazilian? Oh, okay, then
Yeah,
even more so. But I think he's a super talented player, formerly West Ham, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah, West Ham.
and
Yeah,
and like nobody necessarily doubts his talent, but maybe just not the right fit, not the right time, whatever. So maybe a
well,
little bit of a Gallagher situation where he's going back home
Tottenham,
and he'll flourish.
Tottenham had that run where they were really really good. They were competing for European trophies, but they fell off since then.
Mm-hmm.
Paqueta's performances haven't been the same. There's this allegedly there's this gambling scenario that's kind of
Oh,
over
that's
his head
right.
where he's partaking in some illegal gambling. So that could be part of it. But I mean, he moves back to Brazil. It's I think it's weird because it's a World Cup year, and at the World Cup you want to be at your peak, so you want to be playing in the best leagues, which West Ham obviously is doing in the Prem.
Yeah,
But good for him. He's going back home. Hopefully, he enjoys his stay in the Flamengo, and hopefully, he makes it to that World Cup team and performs there.
true. Yeah, yeah. I've always liked him as a player, but we'll see how his career ends up.
We'll see. We'll see.
Last but not least, in the soccer world, Abe, you have it marked down here. Xabi Alonso sacked as the Real Madrid manager. Now, I don't have the full play-by-play as far as where they are in the standings, but I do know Mbappe had a record-setting season. I know Vinicius
Great.
Jr. was a little bit disappointing. So with that in mind, I could see kind of both sides of the aisle. But I am surprised. I mean, soccer coaches, I don't know if everybody listening knows this, but notoriously have a short leash. I mean, you could win the league one year and come in third the next and get fired. It's pretty
Yeah.
unbelievable. What comes to mind is like Conte in Chelsea. But even here, Xabi Alonso with Real Madrid, I think they won La Liga last year. I could be wrong because Barcelona did have a great year, so they may not have. But I do want to
He wasn't
believe
there.
so this is his first year? Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So he only lasted a half year. Yeah.
Yeah, so where are they in the standings, Ave? Do you like this move? Do you get it? I mean, he is a legend, so I don't really get why. It's not like the leash should have been shorter on him necessarily. He was great in Leverkusen, turned that program around. Real Madrid legend. I don't think they had a horrible year necessarily.
No.
I mean,
No.
Barca's
So
got
they-
two of the best players in the world.
Yeah. So they did lose in the Copa del Rey final to Barca, but as
Mhm.
far as the league standings, they're 1 point off on the same amount of games. So Barca's on 55 and they're on 54 at the current moment. But I think, dude, players are super soft nowadays. Like, granted,
You think this is
Madrid.
a player-manager relationship firing?
Yes.
Oh my
Granted,
god!
Real Madrid are known to have just straight superstars. Like, they're known for Los Galacticos. They just bring in the best players. They'll figure out from there. But they've got so much talent up front, whether it's Rodrigo, whether it's Bellingham, whether it's Vinicius Jr. Like, they have,
Wow.
I didn't even Mbappe. They didn't even like they have so many riches up there, and I don't think they gel well together. I don't think the pieces fit to make
As
an
players, or
11
do you mean under Xabi Alonso?
as players. Like, they're too talented they have too many egos to fit in. But I think the players, like even Xabi Alonso has changed the system. He usually plays with three in the back. You saw that with Leverkusen. He's not doing that anymore, but he's trying to adapt to these players. But these players, they I don't know, it just didn't work out, even though they're still sitting in second in the league right now. But the egos have gotten in the way, and they can't
That's
gel together
astonishing
to
to me,
form a
but
team.
also in the same vein, it makes sense in a sense that, like, okay, if you find success with a middle of the pack team in Germany or slightly above average team in Germany to go undefeated, the German, even though they're not all German, the German league and the
Mentality.
German atmosphere, it's going to correlate with strict protocol. But what you just said, all these divas in Real Madrid, whether it's Bellingham or Mbappe or Vinicius or whoever it is, I could totally see them not only not jiving with, but being the total antagonist or counterpart to a German-esque Spanish regime where we're very serious. Here's how we play, and here's how it goes. Which is a shame because I actually believe in Xabi Alonso. It's a shame. It's a shame to see him get fired.
6 months into a job
I'm sure he will
as a
get
club
another job
legend.
somewhere.
1,000,000%.
But pretty ugly, from my opinion, on the Real Madrid side. Now, again, they don't care. They're like Wall Street, and they'll get bailed out.
They keep going. The one thing I will say is a lot of the legends from Real Madrid that have been club legends that have stayed there for 10, 12 years, there's not too many of those in this squad at the moment. So they don't really have that Real Madrid, I don't even know what to call it, but that Real Madrid within them where they've known the club for like 10 to 15 years. They know how they operate. So I don't know if there's a player that's, a true Madridista that can say, hey, this is our coach. Like, we got to figure it out for him. A lot of these guys are young. I mean, Mbappe's
Got to be a
26,
defender
27.
like Carvajal, or
He's coming back from injuries. Like, I don't know how many games he's played this year.
there's not even that many Spaniards on the team at this point. Who right. Our core, yeah.
Like, I don't know who the captain is. I think it was Fede Valverde, but he's been in and out the lineup. He hasn't played that well. He doesn't really have a position because, he can play in the midfield. He can play outside back. He can play as a winger. Like, he can play everywhere where, like, we don't know his best position, and they're trying to figure out with all these players that are coming in. So there's just a lot thrown at Xabi, and it's worked to an extent, but Madrid's got really, really high standards, and they thought it was time to make a change, and that's eventually what they did.
Yeah. All right, Dave. I really apologize, but I got to wrap up this episode, unfortunately. So I know we have some combat sports to talk through quickly. There's one MLB move that we have plenty of time to talk through, but Kyle Tucker goes to the Dodgers and ruins the MLB. You're going to have to wait for next week on our takes on that. As far as combat sports go, I'm going to let A fill in the colors here, but the big stories are that Justin Gaethje fought Paddy the Baddy and handled him the way we probably thought he would handle him. I think Paddy the Baddy is still a legitimate contender. Was it too early for the belt?
He showed me a lot more. He showed me a lot more in that fight because he says a Scouser doesn't get knocked out, and he did not get knocked out when I thought he was done in rounds 1, 2, but he continued to fight.
I think there's more to learn. I think Gaethje is a more experienced fighter by many different metrics, and I don't think it's surprising that Gaethje won, but I still believe in Paddy. And, hopefully he refines his fighting a little bit. I think he's got that dog in him. I think he just needs to be a better fighter. I think there's, in the reverse order, that's sometimes tougher to learn. But, I think he's got it in him, and we'll see where his career takes him.
Absolutely.
Did you have – I know Taporia had some random stuff. Were there any, actual fighting pieces or news that you wanted to share?
Just Volk retaining his title.
Okay, right.
UFC 325 last weekend. He fought Diego Lopez for that featherweight belt, and he outlasted him, and he was very, very good in that fight. And, he's still a champion. He's still the best at 145. I want to see what the next fight holds for him, but he's still up there. He's still going at an advanced age, I guess you would say. In
his kids make fun of him for losing.
Yeah, so he's still fun to watch, and he's still the champ. So let's see what the boys have in store for him next.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will let you do a 2-minute drill if you have one. I am going to sneak this one last thing in for the not quite NHL.
We can end it here. Yeah.
Gavin McKenna. I mean, free Gavin. I am
him, brother.
Very much not. I think it's so stupid and embarrassing when people say free Krispy Kreme, their boy from their hometown. All he did was murder 3 innocent people. It's like, no. Don't free that guy. Keep him in jail forever.
Actually, there's a place for him that he should actually stay forever.
Yes. And so, no, do not free that man. But Gavin McKenna, the number 1 prospect in all of hockey, committed to Penn State. I actually don't know. The season has started, but he's a young bloke. I don't think he's played very many games. Expected to be drafted as high as number 1 overall. He got arrested for knocking a guy out and breaking his jaw. Now, outside of a bar. The more you learn about this story, though, the better it sounds for McKenna. I mean, if you're a super frat guy who's like Cowabunga, they're like, whatever, who cares, broke his jaw, dude. It was just a guy getting in a bar fight. But it's at the same time, okay, can't get in bar fights. It's illegal in a sense where you can't be fighting people and all that shit in public. Whatever.
Got to defend your honor sometimes.
But
though.
Again, so even at the first glance, you're like, okay, kid got in a fight, move on. But the more you learn, then you go, oh, well, this kid was calling his mother a whore. And you go,
Yeah.
oh, all right, well, even better then. Who cares? Knock the kid out and move on. But then you learn the kid, McKenna left with his mom, left the bar, left the scene. And the kid followed them, yelling at them to the next venue. And then got to the next venue, was just sitting at the table. Kid is there again, yelling at them, at his mother, nonetheless, again. And you go, okay, maybe, okay. In that case, I don't care at all. 2 more points before we end this episode. It was one punch, which is another thing. It's like, oh, okay, well, it's not like he was scrapping and then the kid was, defenseless and he was stomping on his mouth and that's how he broke his jaw.
It was
one blow for chirping his mom and following him down the street miles down and doing it. And then 4th, you just learn the background about the kid and he's like a prep school rat.
This guy
loser.
Sucks. Yeah, this guy just sucks.
And so ultimately,
some people just suck.
I guess we can call it the 2-minute drill. I guess we can call it our NHL debrief. Nathan McKinnon is balling out for the Avalanche, but we have plenty of time for the NHL. Apologies. We'll get to that eventually. Ultimately, free Gavin McKenna. I would have knocked that dude out before I even left.
Even better news for you. I've heard that the charges have been dismissed. So he was validated with his actions, and
even better.
Some people deserve what they got coming to them. That's all. I mean,
plenty of people do. So anyway, if you hear any news about Gavin McKenna,
don't be a loser.
Bring bullying back, and just hope that your team drafts him. Anyway, Abe, that's been it for episode 54. It was a long one. It's going to be 2+ hours, but thank you as always for sharing the bands with us. Please
thanks for sticking with us too.
Thanks for sticking with us. It's been a month. We will try to be more consistent. Sorry, had a baby. Oopsies. We will catch you on the next one. See ya.